Yeah, it was amazing. And New York City was just like a movie. I feel blessed to be there, but I couldn't wait to get back home to start our fellowship.
Seeing Kigali from the airplane was surreal. The hills, the lush green, and the history there, I couldn't believe I had 12 months ahead of me. The first week was definitely scary. We found out that I'm going to be in the office and you're going to be in the field, and they asked me to jump into the baseline study midstream. I felt like I had way too much responsibility. I actually still feel that way. Not to mention, I was going through serious latte and granola withdrawal.
I get it. I am the Randon, but I have been working in the field for 2 years now. I was really hoping to be in the office this time, working with our manager.
Last week made it 2 months since we started, and I still hadn't been out in the field like I'd wanted. So I spent the weekend in Butari doing a day of empathy. I tried to see a doctor with 800 francs in my pocket. It took 14 hours to be treated. I had no idea that's what Rwandans have to go through.
What do you say in the state? Time fly when you are having fun, right? I have hardly had a second to reflect. Coming out to our retreat, I was committed to getting feedback, and that meant being vulnerable, which is not something we had taught in Rwanda. That week, I paused to think about my goal and how I was performing. I then asked for feedback from the people that I needed from. You, Senwani, and Dr. Muteteli. It was great, especially because I found that I am performing better than I thought.
I actually think Santwali takes you more seriously than me sometimes. I asked him about it. It turns out that he wasn't happy with my recommendations for our baseline metrics. I told him I had a similar experience in Mozambique. The funding partner of an early childhood development program wanted way too many metrics tracked, and it ended up diluting the data that actually mattered. I later found out that the program was cut because it couldn't meet its targets. All of those kids who could have benefited lost out. Santwali understood my point immediately.
Our third quarter retreat reminded me how important our network are, which got me looking for connection in the field. I found that Dr. Muteteli didn't know about one of our partner organizations in Uganda, Save the Mothers. I introduced him to Maria, the Spanish fellow, and now he is traveling to Uganda with a couple of nurses to learn about their program. He called me the mayor now.
I received an offer to stay in Rwanda in a bigger leadership role. I've never built a team before, but after making it through this year, I feel like I can do anything.
I think I'm ready to work at a global scale. But I need to tell my story of this year to get a role like that. My first step is to test my story at the year-end retreat. I will love your help, Sarah. I promise never to call you Umuzungu again.